and which on the periphery of this wrap, agglomerated particles are adhered with. Now the bitumen which is engulfing around this wrap, we should, there are either ways. Number one, or we have to either remove this asphalt film, or else should we be able to puncture the surface so that the hydrated cement can come and have a good contact to ensure the proper interfacial joints between the concrete and between the hydrated cement paste and the aggregates. So in this process, as I told you a little while ago, that we can have a different beneficiation method. So that beneficiation method is basically the main purpose to have that technique is to remove the adhere mortar which is engulfing around the aggregates, or else let us puncture the asphalt film which is what you call engulfing around the aggregates in this manner. And then finally, should we try to amalgamate these two different materials in this manner, so that we would be able to achieve the desired strength of the concrete as well as the durability of the concretes. Now, when we take up any new materials for any structural use, it is imperative to evaluate the properties of the materials in the form of physical properties, or maybe in the form of the durability properties and the mechanical properties. And these mechanical and durability properties would be affected by the rheological properties of the concrete matrix, and the rheological properties of the concrete matrix can be approximately assessed by the workability. So these particular papers pertains to rigid pavement construction, because we opine to use wrap into PQC mix for the construction cement concrete pavement. So our efforts, our research group, the efforts were to prepare the concrete mix as per the IRC 48-2008. Now, some of the literatures review some of the literatures which we could gather in this process, that I would like to share with you. There are so many, points, but I wouldn't be able to, address the entire thing due to paucity of time. Just two of them, two pertinent points I would like to share with you. And having said that, if the size of the aggregates in the form of nominal maximum aggregate size is equal to 13, then if this kind of material is used in the rigid pavement, then it is likely to increase the compressive strength, but the stiffness is likely to coming down. But we are not saying, this is the literature says. And whereas for 2013, it says that, yes, if you remove the asphalt film thickness, asphalt film coating around the aggregates, then the influence of size of the aggregates in terms of coarse aggregate and fine aggregates, if we look into two different aspects. For the coarse aggregate, yes, there is a great impact on the gradation. There is a great alterations in the gradations, whereas in the case of fine aggregate, that the alteration is not noticed. So, because why we are emphasizing on this particular size, reason being, the aggregate skeleton is that would play a vital role tomorrow for for manufacturing a better and a durable concrete. Then these are the literatures which we could accrue from the literature survey across the globe. And this is the general trends. As the percentage of wrap incorporation increases, the strength tends to reduce. And the toughness property is another important parameter in the concrete mix. And in absence of primary aggregate, the virgin primary aggregates, the crack propagation is vulnerable. Whereas in the case of asphalt coated aggregates, this propagation is very minimum. Then coming to modulus of elasticity, why I'm talking about the modulus of elasticity? Whenever we design a rigid pavement, modulus of elasticity is a parameter, important parameters which is to be considered. Therefore, according to the Tia Mittal 2012, it says that with the increase in the RAP content in the concrete mix, the modulus of elasticity decreases, and at the same time, with the increase of the curing time, there is there has been evidence of the increase of modulus of elasticity. And also, two mixes have been compared, having one mix low RAP percentage and another has more RAP content. So when they compare it, they have found that the development of elasticity was more for the concrete mix that contained more percentage of RAP. So finally, this is the chloride ion penetrations, because this is a parameter normally we use while assessing the durability of the hardened concrete mix. So there are some results which are contradicting. So just for instance, Brad et al. 2012, it says that there is no significant at all on the chloride penetrations after incorporating the RAP into the conventional concrete mix. And whereas for 2015 says that there is a poor performance in the chloride penetrations for lower pace. So this is the conclusions. So the RAP concrete can be easily batched, place and finish like the normal concrete using conventional equipments and the machineries, and the RAP can be used in rigid pavement slab up to 50% replacement for coarse aggregates and 25% for the fine aggregate without affecting much the properties of the hardened concrete. And as the percentage of RAP in rigid pavement slab increases, mechanical and physical properties tend to decreases. And use of here, the few researchers have used the silica fume to enhance the interfacial joints of the aggregates and hydrated paste. They have found that there is no significant effect on the properties of the recycled concrete aggregates, whereas superplast sizes may play an important role. Thank you very much. You are asking the cement content per cubic meter of concrete for M40 grade of concrete. Now, as per Mott clause 600 says, it says that the cement content, the maximum the cement content for M40 grade of concrete is 425 kg per meter cube. 425, as per Mott clause for 600 section. Okay, now, yes, I'll be happy to tell you that. In fact, now, in this particular project, it is, the question is not pertaining to this present paper. However, our work is in advanced states. So, the cement content we are using at the moment is 425 kg per cubic meter of concrete, because we are using RAP, reclaimed asphalt pavement, okay, that RAP materials, and by part replacing the primary aggregates, we are assessing the mechanical durability and even the surface morphology of the hardened concrete. The flexural strength, that also we are working on that. The flexural strength, we are getting favorable results. To be honest, in some cases, if we happen to partly replace the primary aggregate up to 50%, we are getting a very, we are able to achieve more than the stipulated characteristic compressive strength of the M40 grade. Yeah.
But you can go to up to 450. The latest IRC 15 is under revision. We are going to from 425 to 450. It is based upon solid experience of many projects.
Yeah, I believe that would be depend upon the chemical composition. The chemical composition, the calcium oxide content, that is very important. SiO2 and SCaO2 present. Based on that, we decide to up to what amount of cement per cubic meter of concrete has to be added. Thank you.
It already contains some bitumen, it contains bitumen. Bitumen, it contains bitumen. So generally that material will be removed after 2 years or 3 years. And so in that case, how we are going to be quantify that bitumen. If we want to quantify that bitumen, it is already, it loses its viscosity and some of its property. And then, so in regarding to other question, when we do the milling, in that case, what will happen if we want to use that one using the job mix formula? So the mechanical properties such as the sieve analysis that we can't do with the wrap material. In that case, how we will quantify these two aspects? One is the already existing bitumen and the mechanical property of the sieves that we can't do because it contains coated with bitumen. Will you clarify that one?
Very nice questions. Two of them are really good. The first question, what I understand from you, is that, yes, that depending upon the aging factor of the bitumen. Now you have, you reclaim the bituminous crores, okay, which had been laid just, 2 years ago. In that case, it would be very difficult because the bitumen engulfing around the aggregate is still in active mode, okay, not yet aged properly. So now, what we have done is in our laboratory. In fact, I didn't want to reveal at the moment. We use some simple method. By mechanical process, we are able to puncture the surface of the aggregates. Okay, surface of the aggregate. When I say, I'm not talking about the primary aggregates. I'm talking about the asphalt film, which is coating around the aggregate, so that I can create some windows where this hydrated cement paste can come in contact. That's one point. And now, for your kind information, the ongoing work on which we are working is the reclamation was done from the pavement, which was built 15 years back also. So because of which we didn't have that kind of problem. This is to be honest. And then coming to your second question, as you said, for the JMF, for the given JMF, how would you, rearrange and how would you ensure that the grading, remains same? Yes, as per mod clause 600. Now, maybe I may use in the DLC, maybe in the PQC. So now in that, we have a different grading skeleton, aggregate skeleton. So now irrespective of type of course of the bituminous mix, right? You just mill it off. Maybe while milling off, it may be, you are clubbing together BC and DBM, right? Doesn't matter. For me, the main concern is I'm size. Because after milling off that material, after reclaiming, I'm going to reprocess the material in the laboratory, and then I'm going to manufacture as per my required gradation, because I'm working for concrete. I'm working on the concrete mix for the constructions of rigid pavement. Getting my point? So it's very clear. So here, my work, doesn't pertain to this flexible pavement. I'm talking on rigid pavement. Thank you.
Next, Dr. Vijay K. Rahabarpu. Now, Dr. Mukti Advani or Dr. Purnima Paritha. On behalf of Purnima Paritha, please. Now presenting memento by Shri P. Ravinder Rao garu, ENC Roads.